Hey everyone, it's Ben, and today we're going to take a look at a light from Lumintop. I've got their SD Mini. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Living Survival. So Lumintop is a fairly new brand to the channel. I have the Tool AAA flashlight that I've been carrying in my pocket as EDC every single day since I got it. I love this little light, so I wanted to try out another light from them, and I'm very pleased with the SD Mini so far. Now, as you can see, the SD Mini is very similar to the Nitecore MH20 GT that I reviewed a few videos back, so we're going to take a closer look at that in a moment. But just look how beautiful this SD Mini is. It's got this sort of diagonal knurling here. Very nice fit and finish. Very nice deep carry pocket clip. It's right in the middle there, which is nice. So you can flip it both ways if you wanted to mount it onto something. Single mode button there. You don't have a tail clicky. It will of course tail stand. I like that in a light this size. Not overly complicated, and of course it is USB rechargeable with a nice micro USB connector. Just like the Nitecore MH20 GT, this has the XPL high LED. You can also get the XML2 U2 LED for this. Pumps out a little bit brighter lumens, but won't reach as far, doesn't have the intensity that the XPL high has, so I went with the XPL high version, a max lumen output of 920 versus the 1000 on the Nitecore. We're going to take a look at some night shots between the two in a moment as well. 22,500 is the intensity. It'll reach out 300 meters, 984 feet, or 328 yards. I got a few comments saying, hey, can you say it in a few different lengths so we can get a better, an accurate picture in our minds of how far it reaches out. Generally, they go by meters, so 300 meters or 328 yards for all the hunters out there. It has all the same features as all the tactical lights pretty much that I've shown on the channel. IPX8 waterproof means it can be fully submerged and still be waterproof even with the cap off. This basically just serves as a dust cover. You don't want to get dirt and debris and things like that in there. It can withstand a 2-meter drop, so that's roughly a 6-foot drop. So holding it above your head and dropping it to the ground should be able to survive an impact like that. Has a few notches here in the front of the bezel here, not really a tactical light. Again, overall just great fit and finish. The SD Mini has a very tactile mode button, very easy to operate. We'll go over the operation in a moment. You've got a few heat sinks on either side here. The head does warm up. The head, by the way, is non-removable. You cannot screw off the head like I believe you can do with the Nitecore. So you basically access the battery compartment just through the rear here. Now, one cool thing about this light, just like the Claris light that I previously reviewed, is that there is dual springs. Now, not sure you're going to be able to see down into the tube, but it does have dual springs just like the Claris that I previously reviewed. The nice thing about that is that the battery is going to sort of float in there, so if it receives an impact, maybe you mount it to a weapon for example, it's going to withstand a little more shock than if it didn't have springs on both ends. So let's look at some wall shots between the Lumintop on the left and the Nitecore MH20 GT on the right. You can see that the Nitecore does dip down to a much lower low. You have 1 lumen mode here, and the lowest that the Lumintop goes is 36. So I'm going to go ahead and kick the Nitecore up a bit, and now you can see it's still 36 on the Lumintop, and we have 50 on the Nitecore, so of course a little bit brighter. As I was talking about earlier, you kind of have that egg yolk center in the Nitecore. When you're close up, at distance it does go away. One thing about the Lumintop is that it has a fantastic beam. You can see that there's really no spill there, really no hot spot, maybe a little bit of a hot spot there in the center, but overall just a fantastic beam for short distances. So I can go ahead and kick this up another notch here. We're going up to 276 lumens on the Lumintop, and then 230 lumens on the Nitecore. Really pretty much the same there. Can't notice too much of a difference between the two. Go up one more to 425 lumens on the Lumintop, and 410 on the Nitecore. Again, very similar. Not sure it's going to show in the camera, but the Nitecore does have a little bit of yellow in the center, whereas the Lumintop is just, again, a fantastic beam no matter what output you're on. So let's jump up to the top here. We're gonna go up to 920 on the Lumintop, and we'll jump up to 1,000 on the Nitecore. Very similar, you start to lose that hot spot in the center there on the Nitecore, and pretty much very similar as far as output goes. Very simple to charge the SD Mini. You just plug in the micro USB cord. The LED on the mode button will flash, and then when it's fully charged you'll get a solid light as you see here. So the SD Mini comes with a nice holster. It's got Velcro on the back so it's easy to attach to your belt. Now it also does come with a lanyard, but there's not a hole in the tail that I could find that you could attach the lanyard, so kind of a misstep maybe there. I couldn't find any spot other than maybe the pocket clip to attach the lanyard. Very simple to use. You simply just press the button to turn it on, and you can cycle through your modes by continuing to press the button. So you have low, medium, high, and turbo. You hold it down to turn it off. To access the special modes, instead of clicking to turn it on, you hold it down to turn it on, and that will go into the special modes. So you have strobe, and you cycle through them like normal. You have SOS, and then you have a beacon. I really like those three modes. Again, very similar in operation to Nitecore's special modes. The light will easily tail stand because there is no clicky on the back, so it tail stands just fine. Let's take a closer look here at the knurling. I really like the overall fit and finish of this light. We can look at both lights here side by side. You see the Nitecore is just a tad bit taller there. It's got a little bit larger head to it. Otherwise, pretty similar between the two. So I do like the mode button on the Nitecore a little bit better. It's a two-stage button, so you hold it down to turn it on, half press to switch through your modes. But what's nice about that is that you have instant access to your turbo by holding it down, and then if you just hold down the half press you get instant access to your lowest mode, which I believe is 1 lumen. So a little bit nicer as far as the modes go on the Nitecore, but I think the Lumintop, as far as fit and finish goes and overall beam quality, I think the Lumintop wins. So let's take a look at the SD Mini at night. You've got its lowest mode, which is 36 lumens, so no moonlight on this one. But even for 36 lumens, it's got an excellent reflector. Doesn't hit those trees. About 75 or 80 yards away. This clump of trees is more like about 50 yards away. So getting decent range even at 36 lumens. Step up here to the next one, which is 276 lumens. You can see we can easily light up that clump of trees. We can start to hit the trees off in the distance. As I said before, this light just has an excellent beam. It's just very crisp and clean, no hot spots. Just a beautiful uniform beam. Jump up again here to 425. Gives you that HD vision across the field here. Then we have our brightest, which is 920 lumens with the XPL high. You can see again on all brightness levels it just gives you that nice uniform beam. We can reach way out here. You're going to reach out to 300 meters or 328 yards. Alright, so let's compare these two very similar lights. You can't see the hot spot in the Nitecore, but there is one, as you saw earlier when we shined it on the wall. So you got 920 lumens on the Lumintop, and we have 1,000 lumens on the MH20 GT from Nitecore. So let's shoot them over here at the trees. You can see that you're getting just a little bit more boost from the Nitecore there on the right. Not a huge difference at all. They both have the same LED, as I said. So at distance, both their beams look really good, and actually the Nikkor looks a little bit better at distance just because it's got that hot spot right in the center. So although all around the Nikkor doesn't have as nice a beam, at distance you are going to get a little bit more intensity out of the Nikkor. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, taking a look at the Lumintop SD Mini, another great light from Lumintop. I'm excited about this brand. As I said, I've been carrying the tool in my pocket ever since I got it. Great light. I've changed the battery I don't know how many times. I use it that much. And the SD Mini is definitely going to get a lot of use in my rotation as well. Beautiful fit and finish, as I said. It comes with a pretty decent price too, I believe $69. I'm going to leave some links below to Lumintop's website. I'm also going to leave a link to Amazon. Anything you purchase through my Amazon link does help support the channel, so I always appreciate that. It's pretty much a toss-up between this or the MH20 GT. Pretty similar as far as output goes, pretty similar as far as range goes. I do like the Nikkor mode button a little bit better, since it is a dual stage mode button for on off and then changing your modes, whether you're in the regular modes or the special modes. That being said, the Lumintop does have the special modes that I like, the strobe, the SOS, and the beacon, so that's cool as well. The mode spacing is pretty nice on the Lumintop as far as a larger 18650 light goes. I know a lot of you guys like that lower, you know, moonlight type mode, the one and below, which this light does not have. Again, I carry the tool in my pocket. That's my low light light. That's the one I use to walk the dog. That's the one I use around the house in the middle of the night when I need to grab something and not wake everyone else up. So it doesn't concern me that a larger light like this doesn't have that lower mode spacing that some of the other lights do. Otherwise, it's pretty much an equal comparison between the two. I'd say whichever one you can get a better price on and whichever one you prefer the looks of, go with that one. Both a great light, both very nice size for an 18650. You know, some of the other ones that put out just as much lumens and the other ones that put out just as much distance are quite a bit larger. So if you want a smaller light, check out either one of these two lights. So I don't think you can go wrong whether you get the Lumintop or the Nikkor. Pretty similar in price. I'd say whichever one you get a better price on, go with that one. I did notice a little bit of a hot spot with the Nikkor on the close end, but the further you get out, you really start to lose that kind of egg yolk in the center there. I do like the mode button on the Nikkor a little bit better because it's dual stage, so that you can turn it on and off with a hard press, and with a soft press you can change the modes. They do both, however, have the special modes that I like, the strobe, the SOS, and the beacon. So I'm really liking the programming, the mode spacing, and everything that goes into the Lumintop. Nikkor being one of my favorites, Lumintop is very close and quickly becoming one of my favorites as well. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Make sure you share this video to anybody who might be interested on your social media. You can follow me on my social media as well. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you subscribe to my channel for more videos.